Yeah.
What are some of their issues? I mean, that you guys, what's like family dynamic issues that you come across that, do you share everything? Like even
Everything, yeah, we're pretty open book.
Yeah, I think it's, well, he's taken videos of them, just really intimate moments of my son saying, you know, Daddy, when you're angry, do you still love me? And he captured that on camera because as a 3-year-old, they don't know really the difference or the distinction. And so it was a great conversation to have with this little 3-year-old to really, and my 6-year-old was listening, to have them understand, like, it's okay, people, you know, I can be angry, we can be upset with each other, but no matter what, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. And nothing will ever change that. But just to have a communication about it, about the emotions, and to have these little guys really understand emotional literacy, I think that's what's missing a lot in adults even. But you know, if you start at a very, very young age, having that conversation and allowing them to express and talk about, like, you know, this is what's up for me too. We really talk about, like, you know, I'm really upset about this right now, or I'm really frustrated right now, I just need some space. And just to have that dialogue with them is really powerful, we found.
So you treat them like adults?
I mean, yeah, to an extent, like that they're smart little beings who actually, you know, understand.
Yes.
But of course, they're children, so it's also having compassion for where they are, and that if they throw a fit, then, you know, they're just having a moment.
Yes.
And there's a different perspective that we have, and I know a lot of other parents have too. Instead of it being, you know, that we view them as not knowing and we have to instill all the information in them, we really look at them like they come into the world actually remembering something that we've forgotten.
Yes.
And so we learn from them too.
Absolutely.
And our job is to help.
I think you have to listen. So many times there's so much noise where you don't listen, you don't pay attention, and you miss all those little nuances. And they are teaching us so much. And so many parents miss it because they're busy. I'm busy, and just throw their kids to the side or get on the iPad or whatever, or watch TV, a screen, anything. But you miss out on so much because they are teachers if you really want to dive into real parenting. You know, instead of they're you know, a toy, or they're just a being that's there. There's a difference between raising a child and, you know, having a child.
I think we get confused because we know that they don't yet know language, and a lot of things they don't know, so we think, well, that's across the board. But the subtle things that they remember that we forgot, you know, like to be amazed by life, you know, to look at things, to be present to things, to have fun. That's all they want to do. Our boys just want to have fun all day long. And we kind of forget that as adults, right? That our jobs should be fun, our lives should be fun.
Everything should be fun.
Not every moment, you know, there's reality doesn't allow that to happen, but if that's our goal that we're seeking, like, let's make life fun.
Yeah, and if we don't use, you know, like fun, it should be like, your life is meant to, you're supposed to create it, whatever you enjoy, whatever you do has the ups and downs. So yeah, there's not always fun, but you could create, you know, at least, you know, a safe place for you to explore. And even when it's not fun, you're sitting in a learning instead of anger, resentment, and not forgiving people and all that kind of stuff. It's gotta really sink in. So it's like a container. So, and if you put your life in that, your whole life will run smoothly because you've got the boundaries. I'm about having fun, I'm about creating peace, I'm about creating connection, or whatever that is. So when something happens, you could take those few minutes and go, oh, I'm not going to react, I'm going to think about this and then respond when you're ready, what you were saying. Give me a timeout.
I mean,
and they're so powerful.
Yeah, I do that with my son on the way to school. I said, how do you want to create your day today? Like, who do you want to be today? And, you know, happy, creative, fun, and it's beautiful. And it's actually a reminder for me more than him. I'm like, okay, who do I want to be today? How do I want to create my day?
No, it's like, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that one.
So it's really beautiful. And I think the key to really our relationship as a couple and as a family is presence. It really is presence. If we take the time, like you said, we live such busy lives. There's so much going on in the world, and the importance of carving out that time, you know, to not just be, for me, just be a mother and being mothering, get them fed, get them to bed, like really engaging with them and looking into their eyes and saying, you know, how was your day? And just, you know, playing with them and, you know, having time for my husband, really carving that space where we look into each other's eyes.
And the children see that, a loving relationship, because they're modeling that.
Yeah.
Yes. So what's next for you in the big picture with your work? What films are you working on? What projects are you doing?
We're really excited to finally be making space for a project called Elevate Family. And so we're building a new platform where we will be able to have regular videos that we create. Because right now, up until this date, we'll make a video just spontaneously when we have time and when something occurs, but to actually make it part of our lives. Because one of the disconnects for me was we are very busy, but I made a vow to not miss a moment of my son's lives. So they're 3 and 6 right now, and right now in this formative years, they're changing so fast.
So fast.
I have a job, a TV series that I'm directing that takes me out of the country every 2 months, and I'm gone for 2 weeks and then back. Those 2 weeks are really difficult for me because I come back and they're slightly different. And I've missed something they did for the first time or whatever it might be. So I'm really grateful that we're now creating more energy to do family projects together. So we'll be creating videos, and the videos will be valuable and helpful and educational, but they're all based on being fun and funny.
Entertainment, yeah.
And then we're going to bring other families in, other people who have kids that are raised or babies. So basically, birth on up, we're going to have this platform that really brings the best of family to the people. Because we know as parents, when we want to allow our kids to have some screen time, there are very few outlets that offer a really safe selection of things to watch. You can't turn them loose on Facebook.
Absolutely.
You know,
you can't let them loose on anything.
You can't turn them loose on
yes,
these things.
like,
you know, and so we're going to create something that's almost like certified, you know, healthy, good stuff to watch, and we're working on that right now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank
I
you
love
so
it.
much.
Thank you, Nadia and Mikki Willis.